Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I just have a video on just a work day, that's all. Just a pretty extensive to-do list in the garden. We've got to fertilize, I've got to do the banana tea. The blueberries need fertilizing with the acid-loving fertilization, and then I have to top dress with some compost. I've got to tie up the cucumbers that were straying, perhaps even prune those, as well as the watermelons. I've got to stake up the Beefmaster tomatoes, because the Beefmaster tomatoes are an indeterminate tomato, so those ones are going to grow pretty tall, and they're going to need some more support. The pole beans need some staking, so I've got to get some things in there for those to climb on. I got to take out the peas that were in here, because I'm done with those peas. We'll wait till the fall to do some peas. I want to get that edging in this bed here to build it up just a little bit. I need, a few more inches on there so that I can add some more compost to that bed underneath where those pots are at, and then maybe I can get some things planted in there, because I did do some radishes in there, but I don't know, I might have got 2 or 3 radishes come out of there. So I want to create some more space, some more depth, so that I can add some compost to that, and just have some more space for things to grow. So adding the edging, adding the compost. I've got to add more compost to the tomatoes here, the tomatoes that are in the ground. I want to add more compost there, as well as sow some seeds. So let's see, the seeds I want to put in are more radish, carrots, and cilantro. I think I'm going to put the cilantro in where the tomatoes are at, because they're nice and bushy already, so they're going to create a canopy and a shade for that cilantro to kind of grow a little bit. Cilantro bolts so easily that you have to plant cilantro like every 2 to 3 weeks. Some radishes grow pretty quickly, so those two you can plant every 2 to 3 weeks. My carrots that I did a couple of weeks ago, I don't see very much activity, but it's probably because that bed is pretty shallow right there, and it probably dries out pretty quickly. I could definitely mulch thicker there, but I do want to add some more compost. So that's what we got going on today. Lots of work to do in the garden. So probably just going to fertilize first, and then we'll get to taking those, doing the other things. I didn't even put those in any type of particular order. It's just a to-do list. So what I'll probably do is do the staking and the fertilizing, and then we'll see where we are from there. So this is the banana tea fertilizer that I made. If you didn't watch that video on how to make this, then I strongly suggest that you do, because it is amazing, has amazing effects on the plants. I fertilized last week before we got all that rain, the cucumbers, watermelons, and the squash, and they are bursting with blooms. Okay. Yeah, and then my tomatoes are setting fruit, so I need to give them a dose, because now is the time to scale back on the nitrogen and increase the potassium and phosphorus. Now that we got that fertilizing done, I'm going to go ahead and first we're going to tie up the cucumbers and the blackberry. That's down this way. Just got some twine I'm going to use. I love to use twine because it comes super cheap and you get a lot for your money. So this one here, this stray branch that's coming out here on the side, that is my main concern. Okay, so this is what I got done so far. I've just created more avenues for cucumbers to trellis towards the fence. I actually had to help a few of them, you know, catch on here and there, just to make sure that they are going in the right direction. I did prune off a bunch of leaves in here because I want the pollinators to get in there. Like this one here, I just hand pollinated. That's a female fruit there. And then also one over here, I hand pollinated, which is a female fruit. I just happened to see those two since yesterday. Well, so I went ahead and hand pollinated those. I got that branch put in with the blackberry there, and did some additional twine in with the watermelon, helped those find their ways to the trellis as well. So that was that. Came down here and did some supports for the pole beans. I got 2 pole beans in there, which I'm hoping will take hold to this one here. And then I've got 2 pole beans in there. They're spaced out a little bit more than those 2, so I put 2 separate supports in here for them to climb up, and then also guiding them to the fence. What else? That's about it. It started to drizzle a little bit, but I didn't stop. I just went ahead and kept on going. So that's what I got done so far. I still have to sow a few seeds down here, which I'm thinking I will do some of these onions. Now, I came across these at Walmart. They're called So Easy. And I guess they're coated. Increased oxygen penetration availability, easier seed handling, accurate spacing of seed in a wide range of planting conditions, and better visibility. So, I don't know. We're going to try them out. I'm going to get some of these put in with something, maybe right there in that little empty patch I got right there. I think that'll be a good spot for those. I want to put something here in this pot with this okra, and I'm thinking it's probably going to be these carrots. So I will probably go ahead and get some carrot seeds in with this pot. I mentioned before I want to do this cilantro with the tomatoes down there because they've got a shady spot under the bush, under the canopy. And then the radishes, I think I'm going to try to put in with the collards that are over there because they've got ample space. But I think I'm going to use the bed over there where the berry pots are and do these watermelon radish because these need a lot of space, and I think I can go ahead and put them in there. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get these seeds, some of these seeds done, and then we'll go from there. This soil's still pretty moist from the rain the other day, so I'm just going to use this stick to make my holes. Tell you one thing, they sure are easy to see. Oh boy, I can hear the thunder. Now I'm just going to sprinkle I'm just going to cover the seeds with some fresh compost. Now, normally I would probably water these in, but it sounds like we might be getting some more rain, which I didn't think we were going to be getting. Otherwise, I probably would have waited on the fertilizing. I don't like for my fertilizer to wash away, but hey, especially with containers, sometimes it's hard to keep nutrients. Sometimes it's hard to keep ample nutrients in a container when you've got a lot of rain and stuff like that. But I did bury a lot of kitchen scraps in the bottoms of my containers, so I'm sure they're gone by now. But what isn't gone is the worm castings that are in the containers now in place of the kitchen scraps. So that's the onion there. We got that done. Still planting in June. No sense of letting space go to waste. That's what I always say. Now we're going to go ahead and get some carrot seeds planted in here with this okra. This is a rainbow mix carrot. Rainbow mix. Same concept with the So Easy. So I'm hoping that we can get a couple of these to germinate. Now normally carrot seeds are so tiny, so this is pretty nifty. That way I can space them out correctly, and then I don't have to worry about thinning them later because they're in, you know, such a large encased, if you will, type of seed pod. Just gonna take up all this mulched grass mulch I had here. Now this will be my first time growing carrots. I don't usually do carrots. I don't know if it's because they're so finicky or if I don't like thinning them. I don't know what it is, but I just think I might have tried one time to grow carrots and then I never tried it again. So feels like it's gonna start to rain again. I'm gonna get these carrots in and I'll probably call it a day. I'm going to leave this mulch off for now. Just set it aside over there. Because I want these seeds to get a nice watering in. I need to have good contact with the soil and the moisture and all that good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that uncovered for now, and then I'll come back and mulch it again once I see that they've sprouted. So we got the rainbow mixed carrots done and the Lisbon bunching onions. We got those seeds in, and I don't think I'm going to make it to get any other seeds planted for today, so I guess we'll call it a day. Till next time, the more you know, the more you grow. Thanks for watching.